and good afternoon. Today, I am starting off my destination here at the Wizard Gift Shop on Highway 192. Now, it isn't what I'm actually here for. I'm here to walk down 192 and actually go and experience this brand new coffee shop that just opened a few months ago. Haven't made it out here quite yet, but I wanted to bring you along with me as we got to go and experience a brand new coffee shop, especially one that looks really, really amazing. As I'm walking towards the destination, there is going to be a few places that I'm going to talk about that will be points of interest. I'm not going to go in super depth about these locations, but I did want to point them out where they are on Highway 182, because there is a movie that was actually filmed here, not too far away from the actual coffee shop that I did want to go to, and I'm going to be touching bases on that just a little bit. Now, it is 60 degrees here today, so it's not the typical Florida that you would actually expect when you do come here to come visit or go on vacation. Of course, that's still a lot warmer than other spots right now, but still 60 to a lot of us is pretty cold right now. Now, if you're ever driving down Highway 192 and you've seen these helicopter places, this is just one of them that you can actually experience. You would take that helicopter, it would fly up in the air, you could actually get pretty close to Disney. I have done a past episode talking about why they're allowed to fly over certain parts of Disney and then other locations that they're not allowed to actually fly over, but this is just one of them. Now, I am actually passing one of the destinations here at 192 that was an actual filming location for the Florida Project. I will be talking about that on the way back, or just stopping really briefly and actually talking about it, because I'm not going to spend too much time talking about it, because there's a lot of other YouTubers that have done like a full-length filming locations of the Florida Project. So if you are interested, make sure you check that out. But that's right here as I'm walking past it, and not that far away from my destination today. Now, another little fun fact, the mile markers that you see on 192, one of the big reasons why they're there is back in the day, if you were to stop at like a gas station or anywhere that you were interested in trying to get to, and you're like, hey, how do I get to the Wizard Gift Shop? They would actually tell you it's right next to mile marker 11, 10. It was just an easier way to talk about the destination, so that way you knew what you're looking for on this road. And here we are. We have reached the new coffee shop here on Highway 182 called XO Coffee. I've seen this for a couple of weeks, and it's been probably about 2 to 3 months now, and I wanted to stop here and actually come and see what their coffee was like. So let's head inside and see what it looks like. Now that I'm sitting down, I actually wanted to try this mocha, because I always order a mocha whenever I do go to a coffee shop. It's actually one of my favorite drinks. That is really, really good. Wow. And I love the ambiance here. Like, it is really relaxing in here. And not very busy. But like I said, it is a newer coffee shop here on 182. Look at this hallway. Look at all the books that are here behind me, or pages of books. They lined all of the walls with pages. This is a great theming. It's really relaxing in here, especially with like the smooth jazz that's going on. Really, really nice little local spot here. I'm gonna make my way back to the car, but this spot is probably gonna become one of my favorites that I'm gonna frequently visit. The coffee here is really, really good. And being from Washington, I know my coffee because we have lots of coffee stops over in Washington State, especially different mom and pop places, but this one really knocks it out of the park. Now, I am gonna walk back and I'm gonna show you a few other stops along the way before I get back to the car, just talking briefly about other locations that you might be interested in. Now, if you've ever seen the gift shops on Highway 192 that say mugs for 99 cents, kind of like this one here behind me, a lot of those gift shops are not true merchandise locations for Disney, Universal, SeaWorld. They get a lot of their merchandise overseas so they can actually sell it to anybody for a discounted rate. So if you are interested in getting something a little cheaper, but of course not genuine, come to Highway 182. There's so many different little stops that you can stop and check to see which one has the best Disney keychain, mug, shirts. They've got a whole bunch of different things inside of those little gift shops. Now I'm passing Cici's Pizza right here on Highway 182. You'll see a lot of those ticket locations on the actual highway, but I would recommend not going through them as much because there is different little quirks that you do have to go through to actually get those discounts, either by taking a timeshare or signing up for some emails, a whole bunch of different things that they try to get out of you. And then of course, some of them, not all of them, just some of them, are not actually represented or sponsored by Disney, SeaWorld, Universal, so be very careful because I've seen people where they bought tickets from these places here on Highway 182 and then they lose so much money. Now I wanted to show you one of my favorite tattoo shops here in case if anybody's interested in getting an actual tattoo. I've been to a few different places here in Orlando and this one by far is top notch. Now me and Lindsay actually got recommended through one of our friends. They actually got a tattoo here and they said you have to come check this place out, especially when you go inside. It's very relaxing, has lounge chairs, and it has kind of like the 50s and 60s vibe to it. I wanted to show you what this looks like. And there it is. That is Fallen Sparrow here on Highway 182. They do book up pretty quickly. So if you are just coming in to get an actual estimate, you can do that. That's how I actually got my tattoo here. It was a cover-up tattoo. It was a tribal band that I did want to get covered up because I wanted a half sleeve, and I'm working on my full sleeve as we speak. Now my half sleeve is Pirates of the Caribbean type themed, where it has a couple different details. If you do want to actually see some of my tattoos, leave a comment down below and I'll show you just a few of them, especially if I come back and actually get the rest of my sleeve and you want me to film it and show you the actual experience in there, leave a comment down below and I definitely will. Now I did talk about this just a little bit as I was walking towards the coffee shop. I did want to come back and actually show it. This is where they filmed the Florida Project here at the Magic Castle Inn and Suites. I'm gonna walk down there, show you kind of what it looks like as of today with all the pool and of course while the sun is setting. So I'm gonna try to make this quick because I want to make sure I get good shots for you. Now here is what it looks like. Where you would drive underneath that porta-cashier and then right underneath that, that's actually where the main office is. It looks like their sign is off, so unfortunately it doesn't look like their main office is open right now because I think they actually have set hours. Now, me and Lindsay have watched this movie and it's not one of our favorites, but if you want to actually watch a movie that was filmed here in Florida, especially more of a recent one, that was kind of like a low budget that they tried, and I think the actual shots themselves are amazing, definitely look at the Florida Project. And here is what it looks like as the sun is starting to set. Just thinking that the movie was filmed right in this general area is really awesome. And I believe most of it actually took place right over here. Now, of course, they did use a majority of all of the building when they're running around, going in and out of different rooms. Now, if you've ever seen the movie, this is the infamous pool. Now, of course, this is where some shots were taken that are more risky in the movie. But just think, a lot of it was filmed, or I should say a little bit of it was filmed right here with some of the actors. Now, for being a low-budget film, they did a really great job with all the cuts and filming inside of the actual hotel and just walking Highway 192, because they did go to a couple different stops here when they did film. And I wanted to walk behind the building because one of the biggest scenes from the actual movie is when she's actually doing laundry too. And I wanted to see if the laundry facility was back here. Oh my gosh. There they are. This was actually in the Florida project. I know it wasn't like the hugest scene, but they did shoot some of it right here next to the washer and dryer. Now that's gonna do it for today's adventure. Thank you so much for coming along with me and checking out all of those points of interest here on Highway 192. Really close to that brand new coffee shop that I am so glad that we got to check out together. I highly recommend coming and actually getting a cup of joe, especially if you want it on a cold day like this, because it's a little chilly and it's starting to get colder as the sun is starting to set here. I'm gonna go in and enjoy this coffee. But if you did like this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can get notified every time I come out with a future video. Hit that like button so you can let me know that you did like this video, and hit the notification button so you get notified every time I come out with a future video. Thank you so much. I'm gonna keep walking and drink my cup of joe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.